Good morning, good morning, good morning, TNW Logger. Good morning, Tracy, Miss Tracy. Good morning, Miss Watcher. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning to all my bush watchers that may not be able to drive down because you may be busy this morning, doing some things, riding, taking kids to school. All that lovely stuff that us parents have to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, Always taking care of the babies, ain't we? Now, I am going to tell something that I was debating on whether telling or not telling. Um, so the other day I took, my son to this checkup or whatnot, and his test results came back. His liver enzymes are elevated. So we will have to be doing, taking him to get a sonogram on his liver and doing all kinds of tests and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's the gallbladder that's causing the problem. He hasn't complained of any pain or anything crazy, so he's had no effects that you would think of, you know. Um, but so if y'all see me on a day where I am not live, there's a reason why. My son comes before anybody and always will, always has for his entire life. Hey, Miss Jessica, good morning, good morning. So with my knowledge, because I have a liver problem, it's scares me that it's possible. When I tested for the A1 tryptazine, I tested negative for it, but because my sister passed away at 30, she was 38. It scares me, obviously, that the A1 tryptazine may be a thing, right? But I know it's not. Most likely, it's not extremely elevated or nothing like that, just a little bit. But obviously, you want to, when you find out anything is elevated in your blood work, you want to automatically get it checked and seen. His thyroid came back good. His A1C is good. He's not diabetic, which is awesome. Um, his white blood cell count and all that's normal. So we're not worried about, the big C word. Because if that was the case, that would be elevated, right? None of that's elevated. All of his other tests and blood work came back perfect. He's healthy as an ox when it comes to that. Um, so we're just having to figure out what's going on with this. Um, of course, obviously, I cried about it when they told me. I boohooed like a little baby. And I'm going to be honest and real with y'all. This child is my miracle. My miracle baby. He means everything in the world to me. He is my only child and the only child I'll ever be able to have. So obviously, when this went down, it scared the Jesus out of me. My son has already been through enough in his lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Why? That's one thing I'll never understand is why kids have to go through so much. Like, when he was born, obviously he spent 2 months in the hospital because of being micropreemie. Then on top of that, at 3 months when he came home, he was 4 pounds and 11 ounces. He was 2.5 months, almost 3 months old. He had to have major eye surgery. He had to have laser eye surgery. And I had to take him back to the hospital. And of course, that was scary because they're putting your baby to sleep and you don't know if they're going to wake back up, if they're going to be able to breathe when they, bring them to. And, that's scary as hell. Your baby who just got out of the hospital. Um, I called the best ones, Miss Watcher. I called the best in the area. We have one of the best digestive specialists in the area, and of course, I made him an appointment with the best doctor um, ever, because I know them all. And then, you find out when your child's about a year old, they have cerebral palsy. So you go through all that stuff. You go through the AFOs, you go through the stretches, you go through all the mean things it causes with cerebral palsy. And then you go through a major surgery that was not fun, that was very hurtful. That is true, Miss Watcher. I'm covered in the blood, and that is my homie. Um, then he goes through that major surgery, and he has to learn to rewalk again. And that surgery is fucking painful, if y'all don't know. Like, he was in some serious pain for weeks until it healed. Really bad pain. Of course, they gave him medications for it, but still, that's a very painful surgery. Then having to learn to re-walk again, and going through all that, and now we have to worry about this. I'm like, hasn't he already been through enough? But as his results come back, I'll let y'all know what's going on. Um, we obviously go in Friday for a sonogram on the liver and to check the gallbladder. And then I got him set up with the best specialist in the area to figure out what's going on. So obviously I've always stayed on top of his health, always. I've always done that since he was a little boy. I've always stayed on top of it, made sure he was always straight because he is my baby. You know, he's my angel. Um, but I don't know what's going on. I've seen this a lot recently, and I wonder. My son did take the C-19 shots. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder how many of the kids coming up with these things may have taken those shots. And then it makes me think, did I do the right thing as a parent by getting him that shot? You know what I'm saying? So I'm obviously afraid of that. Thank you, shit show love. I'm not certain of what's going on and why because he's perfectly healthy. And I pray that it's not a genetic thing, but it could be. And then, of course, that makes you upset because you're like, well, did I pass a genetic autoimmune disorder on to my child? And then it makes you, as the parent, feel like, what the fuck did I do wrong? But my kid doesn't eat fried foods like that. He's like, he would rather have like lean meats than anything. He's actually a better eater than I am. He likes vegetables and shit that I don't. So he's actually always been better at it than me, which I've always been proud of that my kid's better than I am and always will be. Yeah. Yeah, I know I gotta wait till I get the results. It could be something as simple as it was just a bad test, and hopefully that's what it is. But of course, as parents, we're gonna freak the fuck out. We're just going to. It is what it is. Um, because we love our babies. But yeah, I got that call yesterday afternoon that the blood results had came back, that the test results had all came back, and I was freaked the fuck out yesterday. Um, you know what I'm saying? So of course I was like, oh my god. And then of course, I had my conversation with my son. I sat him down, explained it to him so he wouldn't freak out. Um, Obviously told him everything that could possibly happen, such as a liver biopsy, such as endoscopy, such as all the tests that are going to come up, so that he's not like blindsided by anything, right? Because the worst thing for a kid is for them not to understand what's going on. So you have to explain it to them, let them know what's fixing to happen, so that and I told him, I said, we've made it through everything that you've been through so far. We're gonna get through this too, as a family, like we always have done. Thank you, beautiful watcher. And I was not expecting this because the doctor just, said he was healthy as an ox and everything. And, sometimes things can be silent, if that makes sense. The only thing I worry about is I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, but my grandfather had MS. And my grandfather passed away before I was born. What worries me is autoimmune disease, right? That's a worry. My grandfather passed away within 2 years of his diagnosis. Um, and autoimmune diseases do run in families. And that is scary. That is super scary. But hopefully, Hopefully, it's just, it could be his gallbladder. He's about the same age that my brother was when his gallbladder started acting up. My brother had to have his gallbladder out about the same age Alex is. Mine didn't start having problems, my gallbladder, until a few years later. Um, so my gallbladder held on longer, I suppose, but my brother was about his age when the gallbladder started going bad. So hopefully that's what it is, and we take care of that situation. Hey, Miss Crystal Ann. But at least here's the thing, because I've been through this once before myself, I know what all to look for. I know who the best doctors are. I know who the best specialists are. And I know who can take care of everything. You know? So that's a good thing. But I've already had my crying fit, for the day and for yesterday. So, um, I've had my little spell. Um, but some of us always, it's crazy what we go through in life, and it's crazy that sometimes a lot of us have similar things happen. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. It really is. If you stop to really think about it. Sorry, y'all. I had to cough this morning. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all doing anything crazy good or anything like that? I know that um, later I'm going to be going to the store to buy a bunch of supplements, and we're going to do straight up steak and salad for a while and do what is best. I already know the diet for someone. Um, Thank you, Watcher Love. It's just it's when when it's your like only, and it don't matter if you got 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. When it's your kid, as a parent, of course you freak out. Like if it's you won't even freak out that bad. Think about it, right? If it's yourself, you're like, oh no, it's cool, whatever. But when it's your kid, and when they get any sickness, I don't care if it's just a cold. We all freak out when our kids get sick in any way, shape, or form. But when it's something that's scary, that's more serious, and what bothers me about it the most is I don't want him to have to go down the path that I had to go down with my liver problem. And the sad part is that he's never, obviously, he's only 17, so he's never drunk, never did anything. He hasn't even got to experience, like, life as a teenager, as is, even, like, doing some drinking or some things. And he's never done that, obviously. He's a good kid. He doesn't run the streets, you know what I'm saying? He has his friends, and he does his gaming and different stuff like that, but he doesn't really, like, do anything that could cause a liver problem. He don't even really eat that unhealthy. Every once in a while when we go out to eat or something, he might get a burger or something like that. But as far as in like, oh, I'm just gonna eat unhealthy all the time. No, in fact, actually, he eats a lot of lean meats and vegetables. He does way better than I do. So it's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell? But I do wonder if any of that can cause, something like that because he he's normally healthy. Like the most he's ever had when he was little was ear infections, and that was because we didn't know he had allergies and he had indoor and outdoor. But when we figured that out, thank you, Miss Jane. I try to remain as positive as possible, but obviously this hit me out of left field and I was not expecting it kind of situation. I was not expecting to get that. I was getting to expect to get, oh, blood work came back. Everything's great. Everything's lovely. Everything's amazing. You know? But anyway, I'm going to show y'all some of the stuff that I'm going to be getting. There was something I got when I first got my liver condition. Mine came from pregnancy because I had a weird thing that happened. Let me show y'all. Present. Hey, Mr. Eric, how you doing this morning? I'm going to present screen. So I'm going to be going to get some supplements to support liver health for him. They were elevated, but not like, oh my God, it's through the roof. And also, his bilirubin wasn't high, and every other blood work came back good. Hey, Mr. Mustard. Hey, Miss Bambi. Good morning, y'all. So for those just coming in, we were talking about um, my son went in for blood work and went in for his checkup, his yearly exam, and came back that his liver enzymes are a little elevated, which freaks me out because a lot of y'all may or may not know that my son is my miracle child. I literally went into labor at 27 weeks, had him at 28. I went in the hospital one Wednesday. The very next Wednesday, I had him. I was shipped to Jackson, Mississippi, which when they take you from my area to the University Hospital in Jackson, that's a death sentence most of the time here. That means there's nothing else that they can do for you in my area. They were going to do a biopsy on my liver while I was pregnant with my son, and the only place that can do that is the University Hospital. Well, I ended up not having the HEP syndrome, not having preeclampsia. There was no reason why my liver should have went bad. I was a healthy 20-year-old woman, didn't do drugs, didn't drink, did everything the doctors ordered, took my prenatals, didn't take nothing that I wasn't supposed to. I did everything by the book, you know, so it shouldn't have happened. So I'm a case study, if y'all want to know, for the University Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi, for students to be able to learn and try to diagnose what happened to me, because the doctors took all kind of tests. I took all kind of blood work. Um, you know, nothing came back definitive. Nothing. The only thing that they can think of, and this was my liver doctor's um, hypothesis, if you would say, if his if you would his theory, that's what I would say, his theory. When I was 5 months pregnant, I got sick with a head cold. Just a simple head cold. I took the medicine the doctors told me that I should be able to take, which you have a list of medications that you can and can't take when you're pregnant. You have a list of foods you can and can't eat while you're pregnant. Did you know you have to heat up your lunch meat? You can't just eat cold cuts. You have to heat them up. I don't know if y'all know that. There's a lot of fish you can eat and a lot of you can't because of mercury possibility in the meat. Um, so I did everything I was supposed to. Well, my doctor said with the head cold, they think that my body, my immune system, started to attack baby. So baby created excess fluid. Excess fluid bear down on the liver and caused the liver failure. I had a lot of excess fluid, and that's why I have that little stomach roll at the bottom of my stomach that'll never go away, and I don't give a fuck who likes it or don't like it, because I had a problem in pregnancy. That skin will never tighten back up again, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because my son's here. My son's alive. He wasn't supposed to make it. I had to take experimental medications when I was pregnant with him, to keep him in my belly as long as possible. Magnesium sulfate was given to me, which could have caused me all kinds of problems. Um, I had to take these steroid shots every 24 hours to make sure his lungs developed. Um, had to go through a special amniocentesis that is not normal, and a needle that is longer from, I'm going to tell y'all how to measure it, from your fist to your elbow. The needle was so long it could puncture the baby. They had to do a special amniocentesis to drain the fluid off of me. I was gaining excess fluid at a rate that was not normal. Amniotic fluid. And why the only thing they can think of is immune system. My immune system that was trying to make me lose baby in late term. That's the only thing they can think of. And basically, I had him a week later. He only stayed on the vent for a few hours after birth. Then he was on a CPAP machine because he would forget to breathe for 2 weeks after birth. And his lungs were developed and he was breathing on his own. He stayed in the hospital until he got to weight, which was, he was supposed to stay for 3 months because he was 3 months early. But he got out in 2 months. He gained weight properly and was a fighter and whatnot. And when he came home, he weighed 4 pounds and 11 ounces at 2 months old. Because he was such a micro preemie. He weighed 3 pounds 2 ounces at birth, dropped down to 2 pounds and 4 ounces, and was 16.5 inches long. I will tell you this: I was super afraid and scared and worried and all the things. And I got told I could never have another child or my liver would go kaput put. It's not that I can't get pregnant. It's just by the time I get 6-7 months along, the weight bearing down on my liver can make it go kaput put. And I need my liver to be able to live. So they said there was a 50-50 shot also that what happened to me the first time could happen again. So I chose not to ever do that again, obviously, or try to go through that. I've taken every precautionary measure, being a woman of childbearing age, right? So my son is like my miracle child. And that's why when someone messed with him and bothered him and makes fun of him and talks about his cerebral palsy and does all these things is really fucked up in my opinion, because that child's not supposed to be here. Do you understand that? But by God's good graces, he is here and he is fine and he is lovely. He is an amazing child. No, he don't run the streets. No, he don't do drugs. No, he don't do what some 17-year-olds do. He does not like social media and does not want them by his own choice. In fact, he makes fun of me for having social media. Uh huh. Yeah. He doesn't have social media by his own choices because he thinks it's stupid. He has his own little thing that he uses, and I'm not telling nobody what it is because you ain't gonna be trying to go find my son shit. F you. Um, but he doesn't really do social media. He doesn't like Instagram. He doesn't like Facebook. He doesn't like TikTok. He doesn't like those things, and he's not one of those kids that say they don't like it and then really have secret accounts. No, he don't like it. He's had his group of friends for many many years. Hey Miss Martha, hey Miss Honeybee Love, and you know, with all his health conditions that he's had his entire life, with the cerebral palsy, he has mild cerebral palsy. He does not have any mental faculty problems. Um, he doesn't have anything to stop his IQ. Hey Cluckers, make sure you have a good day at work, okay? But he is you know, doing just fine in that department. Um, but physically, he has mild CP, and his affects his legs. So he had to have surgery when he was little. He had to wear AFO braces on his legs to be able to walk. Um, and do the things that every other person did. So yeah, we had a longer road and a harder road, but we made it through it. And with this situation, we will make it through it, regardless. So I'm going to go grab him some liver aid when I go to the store today. That is actually what I used. It has quite a bit of good things in it for that. I will tell y'all, it's a dietary supplement, right? Um, there's a lot of different supplements you can get. One of them is for fat on the liver. You can get vitamin E. In fact, that's what my doctor prescribed to me for my NAFLD. I am going to ask them if genetics play a role in any of that because my sister passed away at the age of 38, but she had the A1 tryptazine. I don't have it. I got tested for it. I do not have the A1 tryptazine. I'm not a carrier, nor do I have it. Me and my sister share the same father, but have different mothers. Her mother passed away. It was my dad's first wife at a very young age, like very young. Um, and we believe that her mother may have had the A1 tryptazine, and back then they didn't know what it was. Her mother was always having problems. Her mother wasn't supposed to live to see 21. Her mother was never supposed to get married. Her mother was never supposed to have kids or live a normal life. They kept telling her she was going to pass away because she had severe problems with bronchitis in her lungs from the time she was a very little girl. Almost like a Steel Magnolias thing. Um, you know what I'm saying? They told, and I will say that my sister's mother, and I've heard all kind of things. My mom was best friends with her mother. Um, used to say that all she wanted was love, and all she wanted to do was find love and have a child and have a family, and she did have that before she passed away. But she passed away very, very young. When I mean very young, I mean in her 20s. And come to find out, my dad walked in from work and he found her slumped over. Come to find out, she was pregnant again when she passed away. Um, that was a very hard thing for my dad to have to go through. Um, and it took him like years to heal from that. And eventually, him and my mom got together, right? And my mom helped him heal. But to tell you this story is to tell you that, if in case autoimmune runs in your family, or um, any kind of liver condition, please make sure you get yourself tested also for genetic markers, right? Some things are silent and you won't know until it's, you know, really bad sometimes. So that's why I've always preached getting your blood work done regularly is a good thing, right? Getting checked, getting knowing what's going on, all this lovely stuff. It's going to save you, your family, and a lot of different things, you know? Hold on just a minute, y'all. Yeah, so that is very true, honeybee. I will say that a lot of people also. I also worries me. What if his cerebral palsy was misdiagnosed? That kind of scares me. What if it's an autoimmune disorder and this whole time we were misdiagnosed? But that would have been from the time he was a year old. You would have think they would have caught that. You know what I'm saying? As many doctors and specialists, like he went to see a neurologist, a children's neurologist, all this other stuff. But it, with the situation, it is scary because you don't know until all the test results come in, right? So you're waiting on bated breath while you're dealing with that situation. You're waiting. Um, but hopefully, I will say this: when my liver started acting up this last time, it was because of my gallbladder. So hopefully we've caught it in time. I told him between now and your actual, getting all the tests in and stuff. I said if you have any side pain, let me know because I'm rushing your ass to the ER. I don't play them games. I ain't playing with his life. That is true, honeybee. So I when we go see the actual digestive specialist, the liver specialist or whatnot, he might give a different perspective than a regular MD. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, autoimmune disorders do scare the shit out of me too. I even had myself tested for MS when I think I was right before C19 hit. I was seeing a neurologist just to make sure. Because of my grandfather passing away so early, right? And those things can pass through families, right? Um, if you have a close family relative that has an autoimmune disorder, it is more likely for yourself, your children, or a family member to have a different autoimmune disorders. Sometimes they are linked to genetics. And I know that somebody's run around falsely saying my child was an incest child. No, I have a baby daddy. Um, and we were together for 3 years. The sad part is the person that knew about that knew my baby daddy at one time, didn't like him, hated the ground he walked on, but will tell you different now and lie about it. Um, I don't. I know some of the things that run in his family. Like I know in his in my baby daddy's family, I know that heart disease runs rampant. I know that diabetes runs on his side. Because A lot of us, we have to do family histories, right? That's crazy, Miss Jane. Um, it was extremely low vitamin D levels, but a lot of things can mimic MS, and a lot of people don't know that. Um, Technically, if you have like nerve damage from, let's say you have a bad back and a bad neck for whatever reason, and you get pinched nerve all the time, like your nerves pinch all the time, believe it or not, that can mimic the signs of MS. It can very well mimic it because you're going to have the the tingling, the numbness, and all that stuff that is associated with MS, right? You're going to have the weakness and all that other stuff. But technically, it's just because those nerves are pinching, right? Um, but when you go for a MS test, the one thing that they always check for is lesions on your brain, right? MS causes lesions on your brain. Not every time, though. Some people with MS do not have the lesions. That's what some people don't know, is that some people don't. But obviously, that was a scary thought process because my grandfather died extremely early. Like, my dad was only 15 years old when my grandfather passed away. You know what I'm saying? And he held my grandfather in his arms while he passed away. My grandfather's, MS affects, you know, the muscles in your body and all that stuff, right? What's the biggest muscle in your body that helps you live? Your heart, right? He had a major heart attack because of the MS and the strain that it put on his body. He had primary progressive, and when I say he went quick, he got diagnosed, and 2 years later he was gone. I had another friend who had lupus when we were young. She got diagnosed, and not even a year later she was gone from this earth. Um, this was back before they got all the medications they have nowadays for lupus. This was back in the, I would say, 90s or 2000s, because I'm quite a few years younger than her. Like, when I say quite, I mean quite a few years younger than her. She was way older than I am, right? But back in the 90s, even back in the 90s, as early as the 90s, they didn't have some of the treatments that they have nowadays that they had back then, right? In the 90s, the 2000s, even in the early 2000s, the medicines they have nowadays have progressed to help people live longer lives. And by the time they caught hers, um, it had already started affecting different parts of the body. And she didn't get the medication in time. And even back then, they didn't have as good as medicines as they have nowadays. And that's why I say, um, people try to talk about other people's health conditions when they really don't understand them, and or, you know, like, here's the thing. I have never wished health conditions upon anyone. Even if you've done me dirty, even if you've done me wrong, right? I have never wished bad upon you, because I will never stoop myself that low, first off, but second off, I'm not going to become you. I'm not going to do what you do to other people. I won't do that. I refuse to be that person. You can be that person. I won't be. And I would never wish any of that on anyone. That's just wrong. And I also would never make fun of anybody's physical or mental handicap. Now, I may say what you're doing is wrong, and you know better, because some people with mental disabilities do know better than what they're doing. They know better. They know right from wrong. And they know what they're doing is wrong. But they still choose to do it, right? So you can absolutely tell somebody when they're wrong, but I'm not going to make fun of the actual mental problem you have. I'm not going to make fun of the physical problem that you have. You know what I'm saying? That's just stupid. I'm just gonna, sit there and say the truth. And if the truth hurts, hell, the truth hurts. Also, I have seen that some people be lying about shit. And I'm like, why you always lying? Why you always lying? They got the diabetes. Like we were talking about, on TikTok, some people lie about having a disorder. I'm like, why are you lying about having a disorder of any kind? You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw that on TikToky. I don't know if y'all been watching the TikToky, but there's been some folks that's been lying about having like, hey Georgia girl, good morning. They've been lying about having like DID and having Tourette's syndrome and stuff, and I'm like, why? Why would you even want to say you got something that you ain't got? The person that I knew that had Tourette's syndrome, technically I've never met anybody close to me or that has been like a very close friend to me that has DID, but yet I have on Tourette's syndrome. Um, and my friend that had Tourette's syndrome would have done anything not to have it. That shit is painful. If you ever actually know somebody with real Tourette's syndrome, they will tell you it's not a fun disorder and it's actually very painful. Like physically painful. Like they hit themselves with their fists. When they try to hold back the ticks, it actually becomes physically painful. Their muscles hurt all the time and stuff. Like it's actually a physically hurtful, and then it also is a mentally hurtful disorder because they can't control sometimes the words that are coming out of their mouth. They can't control their movements. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, about the town in New England who had an epidemic of it and they were calling it mass psychosis. Yeah, you got to think about like why would you try to pretend any medical diagnosis? You know what I'm saying? Or pretend that you have something you do. Trust me, a lot of people will tell you they don't want that shit. They would rather be quote unquote normal, whatever normal is. But I did air quotes like y'all could see me. Um, but quote unquote normal, without having that problem. A lot of people with ADHD or bipolar or depression or anxiety just wish they didn't have to deal with that. Much less somebody with a more severe condition like Tourette's or DID. You know, ADHD is a lot more manageable. It's not physical and it doesn't cause as much um, issues. You know, a lot of people wish that they could not have to deal with those things, those medical things. So, if y'all see on a day that I am not as present, or I say I got to go handle some stuff, y'all will understand what I'm taking care of because when it comes to him, he is more important than anything in this universe. Always has, always will be, and will remain that to the day I pass away on this earth. And even when I pass away, even in the afterlife, he's still gonna be my number one. I told him I'm gonna haunt him. I'm gonna be checking on him. You know what I'm saying? That's my angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that child with every inch of myself. I love my baby. I don't care if he's grown. I don't care when he gets 60. I told him even when I'm 200 years old and he's 120 or whatever, he's still going to be my baby. And I think every parent feels that way about their kids, even when they get grown. Even when they're out on their own, they got their own kids, they're still going to be your baby. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to be your child. You ain't never going to stop loving them. Any parent who does that really don't love. Yeah, having any autoimmune is awful. And obviously some are more debilitating than others, but it's someone with a rare one that literally attacks their, yeah, Georgia girl, and that's the crazy part. A lot of people, you know, don't understand how crazy autoimmune disorders can get. Um, and some can be life threatening. And the pain and the things that you have to deal with every single day. If you could choose not to have the autoimmune disorder, you would choose not to have it. You know what I'm saying? That's why these people who fake having problems sometimes, and I'm not saying anybody here. I'm saying we see it on the TikTok. We see it with them faking Tourette's or faking DID or whatever. Um, Anybody knows that yeah, you wouldn't wish it on anyone. Nobody would. I know for a fact I would not wish having to deal with ADHD. And ADHD is like on the spectrum way lower than having an autoimmune disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's just ADHD, right? I still wouldn't wish it on nobody. I wouldn't wish my liver condition on anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're the most awfulest human being in the world. There's a lot of things I wouldn't wish on you. And I see people do that to others, like wish harm upon them, wish bad upon them. And I'm like, you're an evil, bad human being for doing that. Even if I don't like you or I don't like the things that are coming your mouth or I don't like the things that you're doing in life, I'm still not going to wish those kind of things upon you. I would never do that to someone. It's like there was a lot of misinformation spread about I said this, I did this. No. I never would put the P word on in that jacket on anybody's back without definite proof. I want to see charges. I'm not going to call anybody that without proof. You know what I'm saying? Ever. That's not something you play around with. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I don't like the person. Just because a person does this, that, and the next, I'm not going to put false narratives on someone like that. Now, I might talk a little shit or, roast and gag and things like that, but I would never do that to anyone. That's just wrong. Hey, Miss Heidi. Good morning, beautiful. Sorry, y'all. Where I've been a little upset since yesterday and crying and stuff, whatnot. I've kind of developed a sinus thing. And now I have a cough. I don't know if your sinuses or after you cry or whatnot, your sinuses get all stuffy and mine drain into my lungs sometimes. Um, it's just a thing I've had to deal with since I was little. How's everybody doing this mornings? But that's why Georgia girl, when Arkansas's, when her disorder came up and people were spreading false narratives about it and lying about it, I wanted to do a show about it, and I wanted to, explain what it was so that people could truly understand what she goes through on a daily basis and is going through, and that way also, Miss Heidi, my son's blood work came back and his liver enzymes are a little elevated. So obviously, as a parent, I was freaking out, you know, and so I had the freak out moment, as a, I think that's understandable for anybody. Um, all of his other blood work came back good though, so I know it's not diabetes. I know it's not cancer. I know it's not a lot of other things. I know it. I know that his thyroid is good, so he doesn't have hyper or hypothyroidism. Um, I know he does. He's not diabetic because his A1C came back normal. Um, I know it's not in a severe infection of any kind because those tests came back normal. Um, so now it's just going through the process of figuring out what the fuck it is. And obviously it's scary because when that happens, it usually has to do with either your gallbladder's going bad, it could be an autoimmune disorder, it could be, you know, a lot of different things. And with him already having cerebral palsy, it freaks me out because, um, you know, That's a scary ass thing to have to deal with. He's already been through enough. Like, can he just not have to deal with more shit? Like, he's only 17 years old and he's already been through so much shit that other people don't have to go through. You know, he's already had one of the hardest surgeries you can have um, at such a young age. Do you know how many times I spent at hospitals and doctor's offices and therapy and all this other shit through his lifetime? I was more at the doctor's office than I was at home, y'all. I truly was. I was always up there all the damn time. Because when you have a child that's born extremely premature and, you know, has a health condition that you have to deal with, you know, I bet it has been Georgia Girl. I bet it took them forever to figure out because when you have a more rare condition, and they don't see it as often, it is something harder to diagnose if they don't see it as often. Like Arkansas got very lucky; they figured out what was going on with her, because if not, that disease can become, um, life threatening if not caught early. If they had not figured that out, and she had went without treatment, right? Um, we could have lost Arkansas. That's what people don't understand. And people sitting there making fun and talking shit and doing all this stuff. Do they not realize that Arkansas is a miracle? Like, why would you make fun of something like that? That's really fucked up in your head to make fun of something that could take somebody out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cute nor funny in my opinion. And it never would be. Like if one of them had a specific disorder or a problem, even if I didn't like you, I would never make fun of that disorder. Because if it was something specifically that could take you out this world, that's not a funny ha ha thing in my opinion. And I wouldn't be laughing about nobody having cancer. That shit's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody having something that is life threatening or debilitating, it's not funny. It's not cute to laugh at or even wish upon anyone. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. I don't care if you're an awful piece of shit human. I'm still not going to wish that upon you. But I bet it did take them a long time to figure out what was going on, and I bet with treatment wise, it's taken even longer to get the correct treatment. A lot of time with these situations, they'll try one medication and that one don't work, and it gives you weird side effects. So you have to try another medication, and even like just something as simple as blood pressure medication can be the same way. So that everybody and their mama when they get a certain age ends up getting put on blood pressure medication, right? When you get a certain age, and you still have to go through that thing to where, you have to deal with that. Hold on just a minute. I thought I just saw somebody walking outside. Let me go look, see what's going on. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, y'all. It was literally my dad was outside walking around. But you know, you saw a big old shadow. You're like, what the hell? And see, that's the crazy thing, Georgia girl, is that because people can't see what's going on with you and you look normal from the outside, people will judge you and judge a book by its cover, right? They'll say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. And they have no idea what you go through every single day, right? They have no idea what you're going through, what you're having to live through, and what you're having to deal with, right? But they'll judge you based on looks. And that's why I tell people do not judge a book by its cover. Yeah, the you're lazy or this, that, and the next thing. That ticks me off. I never myself try to judge a book by its cover because you never know what somebody's dealing with in their personal life when it comes to their health. Um, and I hate when people do that to someone with a autoimmune disorder. Like one of our amazing content creators, or a couple of them here in the beef sector, they have lupus, right? And lupus is an autoimmune disorder that a lot of people. I may do a Wellness Wednesday on lupus for lupus awareness because it does need to be made aware. Um, there was this one young lady that I used to follow on here, and I absolutely bawled like a baby when she passed away. She had lupus, and it caused for her lungs. Her lungs were attacked, and she was waiting on a double lung transplant. And she was fixing to get her news that she was getting ready for her transplant. She was in the hospital, and this girl was young. She was in her 20s. You know what I'm saying? Young. She got diagnosed young with lupus, what bothered me is she didn't really get a chance to live her life, if that makes sense. And it really bothers me to see that happen to a young person. Um, she never got to have kids. All those things because she was dealing with her disorder. You know what I'm saying? And when they gave the news that she passed away, I cried like a little baby because it's this thing of where you see somebody so full of life, right? Somebody so full of life and so much to give to the world, right? And then it's snatched out from under them and not by no faults of their own. That stuff just breaks me into a million pieces to see those young people go through that. I talk like I'm way older. I'm only 37 myself, but um, you know, that's the part that is really. And you were diagnosed young, Georgia girl. That right there, that shit right there, really bothers me when someone very young has to deal with that because you don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and nobody does, in my opinion. Um, I don't want to pry too much, but do you want to? If you don't want to say, just say no. I don't want to say because I don't want you to out anything. Do you want to say what your disorder is, and maybe one day we on a Wellness Wednesday we can talk about it and educate people because you never know if what you're going through could help someone else who you may not even know who has it and maybe and also education is key because if we know about something then let's say somebody that we know may possibly have it, we could help. Oh, I get it, Watch Your Love. You be multitasking. I do the same thing sometimes when I'm in your room. Sometimes I watch you and take a nap. I'm just saying. If sometimes during your drive-alongs it's like midday, I be up in your room, but sometimes I take a nap while listening to you, or I just be laying in the bed going, "Yeah, that's right there. Uh huh." Get him, Watcher. Like, I be laying down trying to take my nap, and then you'll get road rage, and I'll be like, get him, girl. I like, tell them stupid ass people to drive right. Okay. Like, I'll be back. It's like I'm in your back seat, Watcher, taking a nap while you driving. Uh huh. Which would never happen for me. I'm gonna say this: I cannot sleep in a car. If you ever see me fall asleep, right, in a car, check my temperature and make sure I'm not sick. Something's wrong. I can't sleep in a car while it's moving. I can't sleep. Most time I can't take naps unless I'm like really sick or extremely exhausted. Like I haven't slept good in like 4 or 5 days and it finally hits me and I'm out. Like I be out like a damn light if I'm sick or if I've literally stayed up for a while and I can't sleep. If I'm having trouble sleeping and stuff. Also, Honeybee said, "Hey, Watcher, Watcher man, not saw you say hey, because she might have been multitasking and wasn't able to say hey back. But I'm pretty sure I could speak for Watcher and say that she says hey back. Yeah, because she's probably busy. She's probably hollering hey right now, walking through the house. See, I told you she was busy. She is see it. She brought it around the house right now. I will say this right here, Georgia girl, you're a very strong person, having to deal. Ooh, you getting your hair did today, girl? What you gonna get done? You gonna get some highlights, some low lights. You gonna get a trim. You gonna get it all poofed up. What's gonna happen? I don't. Okay, everybody thinks I get my eyebrows done. I do not. My eyebrows don't grow. I ain't going. No, no color this time. Okay, you just getting a cut. Okay, okay. Um, I do not get my eyebrows done, and I'll explain to you why. My eyebrows don't grow. I don't have facial hair. I don't grow arm hair. I barely grow anything on my legs at all. It's like one or two little tiny hairs, and I can pluck those bitches if I choose to. Um, I used to get made fun of when I was in like middle school for not growing arm hair. I know, sounds funny, right? And now those same girls who made fun of me for not getting arm hair are having to shave everything, and they're pissed at me. But yeah, I don't like my. I don't know if that's the American Indian in me. I don't know if that's the German in me or the Irish or whatever the hell it came from, and you know what I'm saying. But so I don't have anybody touch my eyebrows because, bitch, if you fuck up, I gotta deal with this shit for a while. Like for a wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I really don't think I have any Italian, Sicilian, any of that in my bloodline. I have a lot of American Indian and different, like I have Irish and German and probably a different versions of I think what's the other one beside Irish that has red hair? There's another one I have in me. I forget what it is. Shit. But I have a shit ton of American Indian blood, like different kinds. I have Cherokee, Choctaw, Blackfoot. I've heard there's some Apache, but I'm not sure. I do know for a fact Cherokee. The Choctaw and Chickasaw is from the other side, so I'm not absolutely certain. They haven't had the blood test per se, but one side has. I'm pretty sure I probably got some Dutch in my ass too, honeybee. Probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mutt. I admit it. I'm mixed with so much different shit. It probably ain't even funny. If I go get my blood work done, ain't no telling what the hell I'm all gonna be. Just to tell you the god honest truth. I only know from one side because we have proven it through genealogy, and my cousin absolutely got her reservation card to be on the Cherokee Nation. Um, so we're more than 132. You have to be more than 132. I think we came in at 116th or above that, or something like that. I forget what it is. But she got her reservation card. So I know for a fact we have Cherokee. I know what nation we come from in the Cherokee Nation, what tribe. We traced it back to her. Can't go any further because obviously the American Indians did not, the Native Americans did not keep any. They didn't keep any physical, um, records. The only reason we know about her for sure, and we had the test and all that, is because when she changed to her English name, as they say, the English name, right? When she, got her citizenship or whatever, or got her paperwork to say that she was a citizen or whatever, um, we found that paperwork where they changed her name. We found the paperwork where they gave her a name. I don't know if y'all know this, but back when Native Americans were brought into um, white people settlements and stuff, they gave them a name and put it on paperwork. So it was not obviously their original name. It was not a chosen name. They were given a name. And my great 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 grandmother was full blooded Cherokee Indian on my dad's side, and my great 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 grandfather was full blooded German. Um, and so this was back before when Mississippi was being settled or whatnot, long time ago, right? Way back in history. Uh, my great great grandmother was full blooded Cherokee, and my great 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 grandfather, and I ain't saying all the damn Grace, there's too many, was full blooded German. And then on the other side, I don't know what we have. That's just the male side. On the female side, I'm not sure what's all in there. Um, then on my mom's side, I'm not sure at all. So I know what we've been told. And I will tell you this, a lot of Southerners, a lot of people from Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, we're told we have American Indian blood in us. That is not always the case. That is not always the case unless you can prove it. You have to go all the way back, find the genealogy. You have to find that person and blood testing. There was somebody else, I forget who it was, who told they were American Indian. Come to find out, they were Italian or Sicilian or something. Never had an Indian blood in them. Never had a drop of Indian in them. So, well, I'm not really sure, honeybee, but the story that was told from generation is that he was here. He had done moved to the States and left Germany. And I don't know how he came to be in Mississippi per se. I don't know that. But I do know that when they met, they fell madly in love. And she got disowned by her entire family. She was supposed to marry another chieftain's son. Um, she was fated to be married. We were part of the Wolf tribe. I think she was supposed to marry into the Bear tribe, and the dude from the Bear tribe is going to move to the Wolf tribe because a lot of people don't know that. In American Indian culture and Native American culture, the male, the female don't leave her tribe. The male leaves his tribe and moves over to the female tribe, and they disowned her because she decided that she was in love and she wasn't gonna, and that's how my family tree came to be on that one side. It's actually a very, which I've been doxxed, so my last name is known, but I'm not gonna say it myself because That would be me okaying the doxing, and it's not okay. Um, my last name is a very actually well known last name, and it goes all the way back in history. When I say in history, all the way back, you can trace it to like the 1800s, the 1700s, the 1600s. It is a name that goes way back in history. In fact, my great 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 great, they said he was uncle, but I really think he's my great great granddaddy. Let me explain to you why. Some reason my set of family were in Germany. Here's the thing, that's not where my people come from originally. They come from England. Okay? So let me explain something to you. So this priest uh, came from England, went to the new colonies, started the first Protestant church, um, and then, as a preacher, he ain't supposed to have no wives or nothing like that. Then he decides to do and you can look this up in history if you can find his thing or whatnot. Decides to do a sabbatical or do a mission in Germany. And then somehow my people come from Germany. I'm like, you claimed you ain't had no kids, but I'm telling you, you went over to Germany and had you a few little love childs. He sure did. I think he had a wife and kids over there. Because all of a sudden my line comes from Germany. You know what I'm saying? How did we get to Germany? you know? So, that's the way I've traced it. I've traced it all the way back to then. Yeah, I swear to God, but it was a preacher. What up, DC Kool-Aid and Miss Lisa? How y'all doing this morning? Now, Miss DC, you gonna do some more cooking shows soon? You know I love when you make the good cooking shows. You make me hungry. If y'all don't know this, DC Kool-Aid and Miss Lisa, they're awesome people, and they be doing cooking shows sometimes, and the food just be looking super delicious. I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and share this out right quick. I'm gonna share y'all um, DC Kool-Aid's and Miss Lisa they channel link right quick. I just want to see more cooking videos. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, you had a full knee replacement? Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna still keep you in my prayers. I hope everything goes well with it. Don't worry about that until you heal. Yeah, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing to hurt your knee replacement, whatsoever. Not for me. Not for nobody. I am going to watch the vlogs though. I do like your vlogs. Um, yeah, don't worry about that cooking shit. Hey, Mr. MRH. And I have been getting better. Sometimes I still slip back to saying Mr. MRH. And I'm going to say this. I'm trying to just say MRH in chat. My southern side has problems not saying Mr. and Mrs. And I can't help it. It's a respect thing for me. Um, I don't care if you like the same age as me or younger than me. I still say that stuff. Some Northerners, for some reason, oddly think that it has to do with age. No, down here we say that to everybody. Shoot, you could be 16 years old and I'll call you Mr. and Mrs. And I'll say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I don't care. I don't care if you're older than me, younger than me. It ain't got nothing to do with age. It's all about respect, sisters. It's about RESPECT. Take care of TCB. Oh, a little respect. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to. You're pretty sure that so Lali is your grandbaby's great 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 something. I am glad that you got your channels and your backups and all that good stuff. Cause when that stuff went down, I was like, no, man, don't be doing that stuff to people. I don't believe in touching people's channels. Like I got people who troll me right now, and I don't care. I oh well. Ooh, Watcher's teasing us, y'all. She said she got some good stuff coming up this weekend. Look at her teasing us. Just teasing us, y'all. Oh shit, I almost forgot to take my medication. This is your med check reminder. Please take your medication. Don't do like me and forget it. I almost forgot my medication, y'all. Damn. You know I try to do med check every time I get on, because you know half of us be forgetting our damn blood pressure medications and shit, and then we be wondering why our hearts be beating too fast and be like, damn, I forgot my medicine. Just call yourself a Heinz 57. That's what I call myself. Oh, I can't wait to see what Watch gonna do this weekend. Y'all know Watch be getting a broom out. She be getting a switch out. You know, be switching people's tails and stuff. It's gonna get good. I love when Mr. MRH, Mr. MRE, Mr. DJ, Mr. Grumpy. You know what? I would love to see y'all all on a panel. I just think it would be so awesome. Mr. Rat Trap and Miss Josie just on one panel. Oh my God, that would be like the dream team. Like everybody, just everybody. I'm gonna say this right now. If I had that last name, I would have capitalized a whole lot more. I would be super famous with my own TV show. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like, you know, when you got a famous family member, you're supposed to capitalize, in my opinion, right? You're supposed to. And like I would be having millions of subscribers right now. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, she brought you up, MRH? What was it? What was it? I didn't see it. You know, I ain't paying for no damn membership. If I can't watch the content first to see if I like it, why would I then go pay for something? Right? I want to watch it first, know I like it, and if I like it, then I put my money into it. Kind of situation. I'm not going to go pay for something that I'm not going to like. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. You it's like Miss Heidi. Miss Heidi has an amazing membership, right? I got to go join it. Don't beat me, Miss Heidi. I've been having problems forgetting. Um, and I've been meaning to do it every time I damn well in there. But like Miss Watcher and different people, they actually offer you content and things, right? So it's worth investing in their channels. It's worth investing, right? It's worth investing in people who put out content because you like the person and you're investing in their platform, right? But if you don't know what a person's going to give, why would you invest in that content? That's why I say it's not good to put it all on that all the time, right? Because like where I've been people have been gifted memberships to my channel, right? Some of those people may choose to stay on the membership because they like my content and like to support me. Vice versa, some people may choose to leave, right? Because they don't. But they get an option. They get to see. Um, and I will say having someone up there running drama all the time, um, drama does sell on the YouTube streets. but only so far, if that makes sense. If you look at these channels that have millions of subscribers and they have like huge audiences and things like that, they may touch on drama occasionally, right? But they don't do it all the time, right? They do it every once in a while. Oh, I gotta, speaking of which, see if my free memberships are up because I give those out when they come up. Oh, look, I do. So I have some free memberships. Some people's about to get them. Let's see who gets them. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, Mr. Jim. Hell yeah. Miss Maeve, Girl Ryan, Shelley, Mountain Girl. Oh, look at that. Oh, I have, I'm going to try one more time to see, I get 10 memberships a month. I think I can do it, twice. I can send 5 more, and then that'll be it for the month. And let's see who else gets them. That was an awesome draw right there. Oh, look, Twin Mama got it. I don't know who PW is. Samba Queen got it. And Miss Candace. Uh-oh. I get 10 a month, Miss Heidi. So, I'm just, you know, I try to give back, to the people and whatnot. And I've got to start putting, I have seen lives that I put behind the paywall. And I've got to start putting, some of them I privated. So I've actually got to go in there and put them on what membership tier that I want to put them on. Some of my old lives are going to go on certain membership tiers, and certain lives are going to go on certain membership tiers. But I've got to go back through there and watch each individual video, which is going to take a minute, to figure out which one should go under what tier. But yeah, Miss Heidi, I got to go over there and subscribe. I got to go over there and join your membership, love. I try to do that. You know, I like to support. And I like to, I like to do that. Part of my YouTube check goes back to this channel. It always has. I buy those games when I do. Yeah, man, girl, you got a gifted girl. Yeah, they're not always in here, MRH. And sometimes they are. I will say I'm happy to a lot of them that got it. I am going to start doing members only lives, just to bullshit with people. I need to do that. What I had been doing for the members is there is a members only Discord that we're supposed to start watching movies in there, but I can't get enough people to join it and tell me when they're free to watch the movies for, like I was going to basically cast, like Hulu or Netflix or something, and us to have movie nights together. No drama, just movie nights. And then, well, Mr. MRH, I've been gifted memberships to places I don't even go. Or haven't been in a very long time. I've only went in there like one time and I got gifted a membership. I'm like, who the hell is this? I don't forgot who it is. I don't know if you've ever done that. I've supported so many people over the years that sometimes I forget how I met a person. I forget, if I'm not around them all the time. I forget, like, how did we meet again? Did we meet Miss Heidi's, like Miss Bombshell? I went over to her, hey Hood, how you doing? I went over to Miss Bombshell's channel, and I didn't realize I had met her through Miss Heidi, right? I had never been over to her channel or whatnot, and she's pretty cool. I like her. And even if you watch a channel one time on accident, that's all it takes. I got subscribed to a channel that I did not physically subscribe to once, and I had to go back and unsubscribe. How the fuck did I get subscribed to this motherfucking channel? I didn't press that button. Yeah, see, it was because you watched it in the past at least once. That's all you have to do. You got that sunshine, baby. Hood. Okay, let me ask this and make sure I'm right. Because you know we got three different hoods in the beef sector, right? We got the hood table. Wasn't yours hood conservative? Because we had two other hoods. Y'all know y'all had that problem with everybody mixing y'all up. Thank you, Miss Rhonda, for the super sticker. Is it fly? Oh my God, how's it going? I like it. It's a little avocado. Um, I'm trying to remember if you were hood conservative or the other one. You know, there's if y'all didn't notice in the beef sector we have three different hoods. And they used to get mixed up. Oh, hood therapy. Okay, see, there was hood therapy, hood conservative, and the hood table. And that's why sometimes I remember when you took the back part off your name. I remember that, and it took me a minute to remember which one. But yeah, we had hood conservative, hood therapy, the hood table, probably a few more I'm not thinking of right now. But I will say this: you always spread your sunshine and your love all around hood therapy. I like the name hood therapy. I told hood therapy I would have left the therapy part on. Shit, we all need a little therapy every once in a while. And I remember the reason that Hood Conservative was having trouble with their name was because people were thinking that they were thinking that everybody thought that they were a conservative or something like that. So they had to take it off the name because people kept on asking them like political bullshit, and they were like, "Nah, I'm just taking that shit off." I remember why some of them did it, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. For me, I'm somewhere between the most countryest motherfucker you can ever, ever, ever think, and I can be the most hood motherfucker you ever met in your life. Um, I'm somewhere in between that, like because of where I grew up. So a lot of people accuse me of speaking a specific way. I'm like, no, I speak like this every day of my damn life. I ain't trying to be something I'm not. I've never tried to be something I'm not. I'm just Charlie. And when I get animated, and when my ADHD, the only reason I'm talking chill right now is because I'm finally fucking medicated. That's what people don't understand. You let my ADHD go to 1,000. Oh, yeah, let me not take my medicine for a little while. And my hood side's gonna come out crazy as shit. And when I get really, really animated, it comes out really bad. And I can't help it. I can't change it. I can't make it go away. Do you know what my code switching is when I tell motherfuckers that I code switch? You want to know what it is? I don't cuss as much. I still sound exactly the fucking same. I just don't curse as much. Yeah, when I'm talking in my white girl voice, it's still the same voice. I just don't cuss as much. I'm just saying. I just don't cuss as much. That's it. You can ask people in my real life, and they will tell you the way y'all hear me talk on here is the way I talk every day of my life. I don't switch up. I ain't no different. I'm always gonna be like that. Oh, you do sound like Barry White, but you got that. If y'all didn't know, Hood Therapy's got like that smooth voice that like makes you want to go, keep talking, just keep talking. It's super soothing. Hood Therapy. It is super soothing though. One day you need to bring your ass up here and show these ladies how you talk. You'd make everybody in the chat's panties drop at one time. Make all the penny drop in the room. But Honeybee said, but do you sing like him? You got that I love people with that soothing voice. Man, y'all just need to just talk more. I'm just saying. Oh, I loved Barry White. I'm gonna tell you and tell you how I feel. I can't I can't go that low, but because obviously I'm not a man, so But like, I be trying to sing low, but it is what it is. I'm trying to think of my favorite Barry White song. Cause he had a lot of good music, right? He had a lot of good music. Um, so I'm sitting here trying to think, what was that song's name? You'll never find. Yeah, just like I love when he did that stuff. So I can't think of the name of the song, but I can't listen to that stuff, Mr. MRH. When they go to screaming, and it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't, child. I can't. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, Honey Bee. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. See, Honeybee, me and Honeybee, we got we be like somehow we soul sisters and didn't know it. Soul sister, go sister, better get that dough, sister. And my mama lying down in old Moulin Rouge, strutting her stuff on the street. She said, "Hello, hey Joe, wanna give it a go?" Get you, yeah, yeah, da, da. Okay, sorry, y'all. Had a moment. My jukebox just came out. Y'all know I got a jukebox side too, and that thing comes out in the weirdest times sometimes. Y'all could just say a word in chat, and all of a sudden, a memory comes to mind and a song, and it just happens. And I apologize. Because I know some people don't like it when folks go to singing when they doing lives, and I apologize, but I'm gonna be admitting it. It's gonna happen with me, whatnot. I've been telling Hood Therapy to really do more with their channel and do more, cause I love their channel, and they ain't did nothing in a while. And I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I've been subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need you to do more lives. I think the last time you did a live was a while back. It was 3 months ago. See. Yeah. See. I'm just saying. Hey, Mr. JB. Now, Mr. JB has that soft, good voice too. And I done told him he needs to do more lives because I absolutely adore his lives. You need to, Hood. Like you got that when you do your lives also. Like when you talk to the people, you know what I'm saying. You have like a good conversation. Like I really do enjoy your lives, and then we be getting down and dirty in there and being crazy little hellions. You know what I'm saying? We just be crazy. And I love having fun with you, and like we just kick it in there and be making fun and laughing, and it's just a good old time. Yeah, Mr. MRH, I love your New York accent. Okay, and yours is real, where somebody else tries to fake it. You know what I mean? You know some folks that be trying to fake that accent. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. MRH. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be gassing you up no matter what. Okay? You a middle-aged redneck white boy educating the soul sisters. Better get that dough, sisters. Y'all know who I'm talking about, though. Y'all know if they're in the mob too. People be pretending. I swear, you can tell when they fake that New York accent. And there is a specific person over there that fakes the shit out of it. Because I was trying to. Okay, y'all all know who I'm talking about, the pizza man. I was trying to figure out where he was from. Because, like, I know that he was trying to sound New York, but it wasn't fully. And I was like, what borough is he from? Is he from Long Island, upstate? You know what I'm saying? Because You can tell when people fake that accent. They try to put on a Brooklyn slash, Harlem slash. There's a, they try to put on that accent. It just doesn't come out right. It don't. You can tell when somebody's from the boroughs. Yeah, you know that accent fake as hell. Yeah, Mr. JB, I will say that I did think for a while there. Um, I did think that you were from a like in that area, and then I was like, "Where you from, though?" I know, right? I heard that he claimed he invented stuffed crust pizza, and that they stole his idea. I also heard that he likes to try to steal other people's stories, and that he tries to claim he was a made man and all this other shit. Hold on, y'all, my son's coming in. sorry about that, guys. It was my beautiful son that just walked in. Y'all know I mute up for him. Um, every time he comes in, that's my baby. That's my angel. Um, so we were having a little conversation. He was coming in, and he was asking me about things, when he goes to the digestive specialist or whatnot. So sorry if y'all thought y'all was going deaf for a minute. Nobody was going deaf. Okay. Everybody got their hearing. Everybody got the hearing. Sorry about that, y'all. Y'all know though, with him, I always do that. Let me go ahead and scroll back, see what was going on in chats. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna say this. I hate when people fake their accent or fake who they are. And I'm gonna tell you, I gotta say it out loud. I said it to somebody else the other day. You can ask some of my friends in real life. I can't stand. I can't stand when mofos be pretending to be something they not. I can't stand them white girls that put on a fake accent, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And y'all know what accent I'm talking about. They always do it because it don't sound real. It don't sound. They from the suburbs. They not from the hood. They never lived in the hood a day in their life. They would get jumped in the hood in about 2.5 seconds because the dumbass is gonna say something and they gonna get hit, and I would laugh. Okay, I'm that white friend that sits in the back of the room and I watch the other dumbass white girl do something stupid and get jumped, and I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm like, ha ha, I shouldn't have done that shit. They do look like silly fools. They really do, hood therapy. They look like silly fools when they do that shit. And why? One of my friends brought this up, and it's true. Why they always wear that one wig that's a bob wig that has the long side on one side and a short side on the other? Why they always do that? Y'all know what wig I'm talking about. Why they always doing that one wig? Think about it. Every girl you've ever known like that who's from the burbs and think they from the hood, they always wear that one weird ass wig that don't look right. It don't look right on them. It really don't. It looks fucked up. It really does. And they don't realize they look like fools. You know what I'm talking about, hood therapy. They look like fools. Look like straight up fools. It's the ugliest damn wig I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm like, just wear your hair. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, Mr. JB. You know what I'm talking about. They always wear that damn thing with the bangs and shit. And it just don't look right. It don't. I'm sorry. It just looks funny. It really does. And they really from the suburbs, though. You know what I'm saying? That's where they really from, and you can tell too. Like they was raised way different, you know. Always trying to be down and shit. I'm like, bitch. Yeah, I have to. The Karen Reed situation. How many of y'all, if y'all have watched the Karen Reed trial or whatnot, how many of y'all think she intentionally ran his ass over, and how many of y'all think it was an accident? That's my question. If you've been watching the Karen Reed trial, how many of y'all think she actually hit his ass on purpose, and how many of y'all think that it was an actual accident, that she was just drunk, or how many of y'all think that she didn't do nothing? My thing is, I think she hit his ass. I'm just sorry. Me, myself, and I don't like talking about politics because I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a damn about none of them politicians. They can all kiss my ass. They don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them. You little stupid ass bitch. I ain't worried about you. I don't know why that song just came to my mind. And also, they always lying. They always lying. They got the diabetes. They got the diabetes. I'm sorry, all of them got the diabetes. To I'm gonna tell you something. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah. That's the reason I don't talk about it. And I also, if y'all notice, I am a Christian, right? But I don't tell other people how to live their lives. I don't judge other people based on their political views. I don't judge other people based on their religious views. I don't judge other people based on any of that. I judge people, and I'm gonna bring out my Martin Luther King. I judge people by the content of their character. If you good to me, I'm gonna be good to you. If you an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole right back. Because I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tell you why. I have seen people be hateful Christians to others and turn people away from God. You're doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Yet, if you show Christ's love and you show a true Christian and how they're supposed to carry themselves, how they're supposed to act, you will be more likely to turn people towards God. And that's what you're supposed to do as a Christian. Not the opposite. And when we both go to the glory, whether you call it heaven, hell, in between, whatever, when we pass away, I'm not getting judged by your book of life. I'm getting judged by my own and what I do in this lifetime. You know what I mean? So why would I hate somebody else because they're different than me? Why would I spread hate about somebody because they think different than me? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no damn sense. Mr. JB like, ain't nobody getting me caught up, bruh. I will say, sometimes people just need to shut the fuck up, and they don't know how to do that. I will say, sometimes don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. It should even go in the political field. Don't tell folks what you're about to do. Sometimes you're not supposed to be completely transparent on certain things. Um, you know, but me, myself, and uh, I just, I will say I vote more in local elections and at the local level, the state level, because I don't worry about the presidential election. There's a reason why. If you know anything about the government and you know how it works, the American vote is only a popularity vote. The electoral college is who is responsible for whoever becomes president. Um, and so I worry more about who's my state representative, who is my Senate seat, who is my mayor, who is my you know who's running my state. Because what's going to affect me ultimately, a lot of times happens more on a state level, right? I will say, we're not necessarily talking politics here per se, but Mississippi has not taken a government bailout in a very long time, and there's a reason why. Every time your state takes a government bailout, your taxes in your area will go up because they have to pay that money back. So our state tries to be self sufficient so that we don't owe them more money and they don't have to raise the taxes on the Mississippi people and shit. So y'all you're doing a shirt. Oh, a BS in art. So you're trying to flowers and how to create this great shirt graphic, and I'm trying to figure out how to do half tones. Okay, if you're gonna do half tones, think about your the color chart, the color wheel, and complementary versus opposites on the color wheel. Um, when you look, I was in accepted into a very into art. And when I was in high school, honors art society. Very actually really good at drawing and different things like that. Oh, oh, y'all ragging? Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. It went over my head for a minute, honeybee. I apologize. I was talking about real art, child. I see that tells you how much I think about them people. I don't. That shit went right over my head. Thank you, honeybee. You knew what had happened was in retrospect. You know, in retrospect, see what had happened was honeybee knew that me. I have been called Honey Boo Boo Child before, which I still find is funny because I kind of do sound like Honey Boo Boo Child. Because a dollar does make me holler Honey Boo Boo Child. Um, hey, I'm gonna make you laugh and I'm gonna make fun of myself. Just like I still think whoever that was in Miss Pizarro's chat, Mrs. Intel, if y'all don't know her, she's from the beef sector. Somebody had said in there I looked like Peter Griffin one day. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. I thought it was funny. I love when people read me down in a funny way and absolutely do, some funny shit. Like, do some funny shit. Make fun of me in a funny way where I can laugh too. I want to laugh. If it's not funny, I'm not going to laugh, and it's just going to be boring. At least read me to filth and make me laugh. Oh, working, not writing. Okay. I will say, I've been able to draw, and I can do realism, which I will tell you that is one of the hardest things you can do is realism. Um, And when you do people's eyes and lips, believe it or not, eyes are extremely easy to do realism. The nose is, you know what I'm saying? It's all about shading and stuff. But believe it or not, your lips are the hardest to do in realism. Because there's a certain way you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? To make it not, for it to be more realistic, if that makes sense. Doing it in cartoon form is really easy. Um, Hey, twin mama, my beauty. Twin mama. When you gonna be doing your next live? A lot of times when you do lives at night, I have to catch your replay, but I do catch your replay almost every single time I catch it because I go to bed around 8:30. If I don't, let me explain to you what happens. And even if I end up staying up, I'm not online. There's a reason why. So I put on my background sounds that I like to listen to when I go to bed. If I don't do that, then I have a problem turning off my my brain. My brain don't want to turn off and then I can't sleep for the rest of the night. And then I also get that second wind that wakes me up and then I won't be able to go to bed to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I feel like crap the whole next day. Y'all, Twin Mama's going to be doing a live tonight at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for my West Coast people, that's going to be 8 o'clock. And Great Mountain Time, GMT, is going to be 9 o'clock. So 8 p.m. for my West Coast. Great Mountain Time is 9 p.m. Central Standard Time is 10 p.m. and then Eastern Standard Time is 11 p.m. Because everybody always seems to forget that between West Coast and Central Time, we have something called GMT, which is called Great Mountain Time. Okay. When is your next game night? Let's see. I did see where you said that you were having problems with your that it wasn't coming through right, it wasn't working right. JV, what are you trying to use? And maybe I can help you work out the kinks of the sometimes our was it because of bad connection? Were you having trouble getting everything working properly? Because, maybe I can help. That's the same for me, Watcher. I'm in Central Standard Time. Yeah, Twin Mama, you got that free membership I gave out this morning. Yeah, I was giving out some free for the free 99. Hold on just a minute, y'all. No, but yeah, no, you so you got it worked out. You got it worked, okay. So when's your next day that you're gonna do it? Next time you do it, when you share your live on your community wall, tag me. Because sometimes I don't get notifications, Mr. JB. Um, because I'm a subscribed to so many people. Um, sometimes I don't get them. So when you tag me in it, I can then see it. It'll really come up as a thing, and then I'll make sure I share it out to everybody else because I want everybody to be there during game nights. They're fun. Um, yeah, I'm the Central Standard Time too. Go Central, we the best. Go Central, and not putting down my East Coast because I love you. Uh, uh. I like my Gray Mountain Time too, and my West Coast, and my West Coast. Oh, tonight you're gonna be working with Creole Butterfly. I gotta get Creole's. I gotta go to Canva and I gotta get Creole's. She wants me to do her a thing for the end of her shows, as like a thank you and all that other stuff. So I gotta do that for her. Howdy, Mr. Ghost. So I gotta do her Canva for her. She asked me to, and I just ain't I had time yet and whatnot with everything going on. But I'm gonna get that done for her, because she's such a sweet person, good person. Creole Liba Butterfly, if y'all don't know, if y'all catch her coming here, that's my sister from another mister. Just like the church lady is my sister from another mister, and Miss Watcher is my sister from another mister. And a bunch of y'all. I love all y'all. Y'all don't know, man. I done got attached to y'all. Like, I was so glad to see Miss Justice the other day because when I don't see her, I worry about her. Just like Georgia Peach. If anybody sees Georgia Peach, tell her I love her ass and bring her ass back over here. I'm worried about her. I ain't seen her. She can't be doing all that shit. Running away and shit. Don't do that shit to me. I get attached. Can't be doing that to me. And I'll be happy when I see Miss Betty and Miss Danny because I know that they busy in the mornings and I don't get to see them every morning. But when I get to see them, I'm happy. Because, I worry about y'all. You got that Boston accent. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I got that deep south accent. We all sound the same down here. I'm just going to tell you. Well, we have 3 different accents in the South. I'm going to tell y'all. Maybe 4. You got that old Southern accent that always sounds sickly sweet. You know that which one I'm talking about. Then you got the Southerners like me who have a mixed accent. And then you have Southerners who have a proper accent. When I say proper, I mean they like proper as shit. And then I would say the 4th is extremely country. Hey Miss Daddy. They country is shit. Like, I mean, you either have ghetto country, you either have a proper accent or you have that like deep South accent. And then you have the Creoles. Now the Creoles and the French Cajuns, right? They have their own dialect. That we consider them their own peoples. The Creoles and the French Cajuns is their own peoples. They have their own accent that is not like any other Southern accent you will ever hear. And sometimes if they get to talk too fast, you can't understand a word they damn well say. I don't care if you've been around them your entire life. You be like, wait, hold on, wait a minute, what'd you just say? And you from here. You know their voice. You know what they sound like. Yeah, see, Miss Twin Mama says she just country as shit. I'm a little bit in between. I've always said I'm country ghetto or country hood. However you want to say it, I don't care. Because I grew up where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I grew up partially in the country, in the deep woods. You know what I'm saying? And then I grew up partially in the hood / ghetto. And there is a difference between the two. Some people don't know that. There's a difference between the ghetto and the hood. Right? There is a difference. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in up well-to-do places, nothing like that. I didn't grow up in the suburbs. I can't never claim the burbs. I didn't grow up there, okay? It's not a part of my lifestyle. It just ain't. So that's why I'm either or. I go either real far left, real country, or I go either far right. You know what I'm saying? And really, the in-between for me is them mixing. Like, my accents will mix, and that's the way I talk mostly, is mixed. It's a country / it just is what it is. You'll hear a lot of us down here talk like this, and it's natural for us. It's not faked. It's not phony. It is what it is. Yes, the F there is, Miss Twin Mamas. Yes, they is. There is some ghettos down here, baby. There's one down here we call it Mini Memphis, and it's where I'm from. I can tell you, you know, oh, I'm gonna tell you this: the real country folk, like deep wood country. No, there ain't no ghettos in the deep woods. Now I will say that, but you know what I'm talking about: city country. That's what I call it. They still country as shit. They just ghetto as fuck too. We all are. Have you ever? Now let me tell y'all something. This is how you know it's country ghetto. You see somebody in town with horses and they ain't got but maybe an acre and they got horses, and you will see horses being ridden down Main Street in the ghetto. Yeah, that's country ghetto. That's what country ghetto is. That's what country hood is, okay? They be literally riding horses right down the middle of main town. You will see tractors on the main streets. And we all hate getting stuck behind a tractor. It is the worst possible thing to happen, and I swear to God. Ask anybody from the country. Anybody from Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, anybody from any of these places. And even some places in the Midwest where they have farms and shit. And some places up in upstate New York. Getting stuck behind a tractor is fucking awful. Oh, he rode a donkey to school. Oh, that would have been funny. I'd have been laughing. I'd been like, oh my god. And if you don't know, a donkey is also called a jackass, and on top of that is also called, they can be called jacks or jennies. Okay, depending on what sexual organ they have. You know, they could be called jacks or jennies. Okay. Yeah, backwoods country. Mm-hmm. Wait, how did I call? Did I call you? Oh, what were you talking about when I was asking where you was at? Cause somebody was asking if you was in the bathroom or not. That was all. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Um, it's okay. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Oh, you ain't no jackass. Don't be even starting that shit. I thought you was talking about something else. Oh, it's like when I called a dog. One of my dogs is a little fat ass. He thinks I be talking. I be like, I'm talking to the dog. My boomer, he's a little short, fat fuck, and I love him to death. He's my baby. Yep, there's little Brew. He's hiding under the cover. Um, but I'm gonna say this, like, I gotta go get dressed. We gotta go get some stuff for my son. We're gonna have us some salad today. I love salad. I always have. But he's fixing to go on a strict diet, and he's gonna hate me for it. But he'll love me in the long run. And we're gonna get all this testing done. And as things progress and we get the test results back, I will keep y'all informed because I like to talk to y'all. Y'all like family to me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we have a great conversation every morning. We drink our coffee together. We wake up. We get our day started. Take care of the children. Do all the things that we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just like having talks, with y'all, and just sitting here chilling with y'all to me is some of the best things in the universe. Hey Jug FLX promoter, what's up? How you doing this morning? But I gotta go get. I'm gonna go get him some liver aid. If anybody has any suggestions on like something you think that might help liver health, as in like over the counter things, let me know. Suggest it in the comments and whatnot, and everything. You know, for liver health or whatnot. And I'm gonna do everything in my power to be the best mother that I have always tried to be. I'm not always the best. I falter in ways. Everybody does. None of us are perfect. And if anybody tries to claim to be perfect, they're not a good person. What murder? Hey, Mr. Nick. Milk, I've heard about the milk thistle, Miss Danny. Yeah, I need to speak to Miss Creole. I got her phone number, so I may actually call Creole Butterfly and see what's up. She has my phone number. I have hers. I might call her and see what you know, she suggests or whatnot. Tincture. Okay, I'm gonna look up tincture. I know what milk thistle is. Tincture. Okay, I'm gonna look that up and whatnot. Yeah, every time I see Mr. Nick, for some reason, and I might also call Just Blaze because you know she be knowing. Um, but I'm going. Every time I see Mr. Nick in a chat, it always goes through my head. One murder. Every time. Every time. I'm gonna say this every time I see Mr. Mick, I think about that. And then, what's the thing about the what the car? What kind of car was it? It's the saying he always talks about. Oh my God, I can't remember right now. My ADHD is acting up. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Mr. Nick, what is the name of that car you always be talking about? Damn it, Buick. Yep, thank y'all. I always think about that in the Buick for some reason. For some reason, it always it yeah. Want to see my Buick every time. Want to see my Buick, and what murder always goes through my head every time I see him. I don't know why. It's like constant every time I see him. Also, would you like to see my Buick? That's how you say it. Yeah. Uh, he makes me laugh. I love watching his shows. He just makes me laugh just because I think you have that personality, Mr. Nick, where you're just a funny person. You know what I'm saying? You're like, some people just have it. Like that, you could be talking about the sky being blue and make it funny. Have you ever thought of doing stand up comedy, Mr. Nick? Just saying. You bounce off the crowd very well. Also, I also thought it was very like to tell you how much of a good sport Mr. Nick is. They made a video about him over there, and he was laughing. I knew he was laughing and smiling in the chat. I could tell. I knew he was over there busting a gut laughing about it. Um, when people like bring up some things he's been through in the past, he laughs about it just, and doesn't let it get him down or anything like that, and takes it in good stride and thinks it's just as funny. I'm the same way, Mr. Nick. Like, if people were to do that, I would laugh too. I think that you have that aura about you. It's like you're not bothered by shit, and I think that really does bother people. Some people, not everybody, but some people, that you are not bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be bothered to even be upset about it. You laughing like hell. You know what I'm saying? I love people who can laugh off that shit. I do it all the time. If you can't laugh at yourself, how you supposed to laugh at anybody else? That's what I say. I laugh at myself all the time. I do dumb shit all the time. I swear to God. I love if somebody can do something that just makes me. I just love laughing. I think laughter is key for everything. Like, if you think about it. But I'm fixing to get off here. I want to thank you. Um, everybody for being here, for showing up, for having fun. And yeah, you have to laugh. You just have to. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. You know what I'm saying, about things in the past, things that have happened to you. And I'm gonna say this, Mr. Nick, hold your head up high. Hold your head up. Oh, y'all, Miss Twin Mama said that Krispy Kreme giving away free donuts today. Go get you some. Go get you some. Okay. I had to tell y'all that. Uh, you have to laugh at things, and shit that happened in your past. Don't ever be ashamed of it. Never be ashamed of your past, because your future may be different. And if you are having hard times, or shit's happening, don't be ashamed, because you can get knocked down, but you can get the fuck back up. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody tries to use, something, yeah, we do Shipley's. Watcher, we had Shipley's. Now we got something called, it went from Shipley's to, damn, what's the name of it now? We got a new different donut, shop, Shirley's or something like that, I believe. I think, we got a new one, because it went from Shipley's to something, and it changed. The donut shop here, let me figure out what the name of it is, because it did change. It went from, because we do have a Shipley still, I believe, but we had another donut shop open, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. What was the name of that damn donut? Scarlett's, not Shirley, Scarlett's. It went from Shipley's to Scarlett's. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Oh, Johnny boy. Okay, anyway, sorry. Y'all know that song just went through my damn head, and, yeah. And please all say a prayer, for Miss Carrie Ann and her mom, and Miss Justice, and everyone in chat. Please say a prayer for my son, to make sure everything goes well with him when he goes through these, things that's fixing to happen. And, say a prayer for anyone who, is having a hard time in life right now. If you know of anybody that needs a prayer, all you gotta do is let me know, because I'm gonna tell you something. I pray for every single one of you. Pray for Miss Joy. I pray for Miss Rhonda had a death in the not Miss Rhonda. No, it was Miss Beth. Miss Beth. Why is another name? I don't know why that happens to me sometimes. Miss Beth had a death in the family, so we're praying for her. And we are always keeping her in our prayers. We are keeping Miss Rhonda in our prayers, because she is taking care of her special needs child and doing the damnedest best thing. Miss Twin Mama's taking care of youngins. Miss, everybody who is dealing with an autoimmune disorder, Arkansas, Miss Georgia girl, everybody who's going, and having any thing going on in life, we are keeping you in our prayers at all times, with much love, much appreciation. And nobody deserves for their children to be talked about. Nobody deserves, I don't care what words you say on this internet, for people to reach for you in real life. Nobody deserves for anybody to bother your family, your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin. That is not okay, and it should never happen. No one deserves for others to dox them and harass them, and to do those things. You don't deserve it. I don't care. Y'all should keep that shit online. If you're gonna go do a back and forth with each other, do a back and forth with each other. Talk all the shit you want. But it's not cool, nor is it a good show to watch someone bother somebody's real life and do those things. Is anybody else going live next? Mr. Nick, anybody? Mr. MRH, anybody? So that we can tell the crowd who to go to. We can tell people who's live, who's going to go live. I know Twin Mama's doing her live tonight, at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mr. JB may be doing his game night live tonight. Is anybody else going live after me so that we can know to have our notifications on and be there or be square? You know, I like to do that. Oh, hey, Miss Stoney, I ain't seen you in forever, evers. Huggies, huggies, huggies. You know, I want to know, I want to spread the love, spread the joy, spread the, you know, the happiness. If you know of anybody going live when I do this end, oh, you're thinking maybe tomorrow, Mr. JB. Okay. You're talking with Creole tonight on her page. So Creole Butterfly is doing a live tonight on her page. So you know, I will, if I catch it, it's not too late, Mr. JB. You know, I'm going to share out Creole Butterfly. I've always done that. I love my Creole Butterfly. If anybody needs prayers when this video ends, please put it in the comment section. If anybody is doing a specific live at a specific times, make sure you put it under this so that we can, you know, share you out, share the love, share the wealth, do all those things, because there's enough of us to share and love up each other. Right quick, before I completely jump off, I'm going to go look at my live to, you know, to see who's live right now, because I know it's, y'all can't see it either. If y'all, you know, and see if anybody that we all know is live right now. Who it's showing to me that is live is from the beef sector. We have Seeking Real Knowledge, which is Mrs. Intel. We have Law and Crime Network, Court TV. From the I believe that is, wait, yeah, she changed her name. Coolin' with the Crew, now going by Cat Lives Matter, is also live from the Mo3 sector. Grown Folks TV from the Black sector is live. Truth Enterprise from the Beef sector is live. King Duke Pharaoh from the Mo3 sector is live. Pretty Chocolate Girl, My Rose Garden, is live from the Beef sector. Try Me Now from the Black Tea sector is live. Treasus. Pretty Eyes Tea from the Black sector is live. Dobie Milton 2 and 3 is live from the Beef sector. Bullhorn Betty is live. Ronnie IQ from the Beef sector is live. Those are what is showing for me right now. I'm checking, I'm redoing it to make sure I didn't miss anybody and somebody didn't go live while I was talking. You know, I don't know if y'all are subscribed to any of those people or would like to watch them, but they are all live right at this moment. If you're going to do a live, like in a few minutes, please put it in the comment section. We'll share out your live link and or channel. Please have a blessed and beautiful day, and keep your head up no matter what anybody says about you. They can talk all the crap they want. That's not going to change the people who love you's opinion about you. So, you know, just know that I love you all. I want to thank you all. Thank you to Miss Rhonda for the super sticker. Thank you to Miss Watcher for the super thingy jigger. And thank you to myself for giving away free memberships today. Thank you to myself. Anybody who has Cash App hits the like button. Just here chilling. You know, whatever. Mr. Nick, are you going to do it live today? And Mr. Jim Cottington, you got one of the free ones. Look at that, Mr. Jim. Mr. Jim deserved it. He's the best Jim and the only Jim, you know, that we love. So if you're going to do any lives, please let us know. I want to make sure to share you out and send you much love. Please smile today and all days, and don't let nobody get you down. Don't let nobody beat you down. It ain't going to work. Huggies, beautifuls. Bye.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go. From the T-U-B E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this with the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them rubberheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue, a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my